Travelers. Championship starts for real tomorrow. It's all fun and games today with the Pro-Am. We are live from the Travelers radio deck, y'all. Brought to you by Big Y and the NBA draft. I mean, you and I both, I think, agree on this. There's like 5 really good top 5 picks. And then after that, it's kind of like a lot of guys are like about the same.
Yeah, I can make arguments for the top 3 for sure. If you want to throw the Thompson twins, and no, I'm not talking 1980s hairband Thompson twins. I know you would get that. Kurt probably gets that as well. Remember those dudes?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, that was horrible.
I got Thompson twins on my
No,
playlist.
you do not.
Absolutely.
Hold me now.
Oh, that's the song.
What's the one about lies? I like that one
gosh.
more.
I knew we were going to get into this conversation when we started talking NBA draft. These Thompson twins, they come from Overtime Elite. Now, this is the high school league that was set up not too long. Oh, my God, he does have the Thompson twins. Right between Toby Keith and
now, a lot of
it's
not mine.
Mars.
The Taylor Swift, Tay Money.
Yeah.
This is my wife and my 12-year-old.
You're claiming the Thompson twins.
I'm claiming
but you're not claiming Taylor Swift.
No.
Okay, cool.
But Toby Keith, Tool, was it Tove Lo? I don't
Tove Lo.
Trick Daddy. I don't even know who these people are.
You got to know Trick Daddy.
I don't.
Well, you probably don't know about these Thompson twins.
All right.
A couple of twins that really are just, young as all get out. Like, if you look at the leaderboard, I think Jordan Hawkins is like the first 20-year-old you get in the top 20. Everybody else is 19 and under. These Thompson twins, though, they come from – and this is kind of a new thing. Not everybody's coming from college anymore, and not everybody's coming from the international. There are a lot of Americans from the G Unite team, and there's a lot of Americans from this Overtime Elite. Overtime Elite is for kids that know that they're going to go the next level in professional
And they don't want to go to college anymore.
Sometimes college isn't for you, baby. Sometimes it's all about basketball, and that's the path that they wanted to do. They were ranked way below the first round before this year began, and now they vaulted themselves all the way to 4 and 5. Now above them, let's start with the top, number 1, Victor Wembanyama.
Wembanyama.
I'm nervous about this guy.
So this does have him in this article at 7'5", so you are correct.
He keeps on growing, though. He keeps on growing. Read another one tomorrow, it'll be 7'6".
I don't know if I want him that big. I'm worried about it. Like you brought it up with the interviewing with Steph and Sarah about his health. I always worry about these big dudes, man.
It's not necessarily
especially
the height.
He's not thick like Shaq. You're not
weight.
thick like Karl Malone.
And like when you're talking about a 7-footer, just a 7-foot skeleton is supposed to be 200 pounds. So you said what, 229,
like
something like that?
Yeah, he's 229 on a 7'5" body. That's not enough.
And if you're going to be a monster big man, like the ones that we brought up, Jokic, Shaq, Yao,
Jokic
throw him in the those guys that have had a great career.
God, I remember
monsters.
when Yao Ming came over here, he had 12-inch biceps.
He was thick.
Do you know how? No, he was not.
He
body, but his upper
lower body was thick.
12-inch biceps is so small, they had to build his upper body because he wasn't going to be able to push guys around or be pushed around easily.
And then he got on a program, and he got to the ability where him and Shaq were formidable opponents. And go watch some Yao Ming highlights, man. That dude is underrated in the history of basketball. But he had to put weight on. Jokic had to take weight off because of his movement.
Jokic. But he was a farmer from Serbia.
This guy is running all over the court. He's playing down low against the bigs, and he's stretching out top, and all the stress that's going to be put on those monster joints.
Yep.
You know my love for Zion, and you are all telling me, man, I know how big he is, but that guy's destined for an injury. And I was trying to put blinders on, and he slips in his foot at Duke.
I'll never forget that,
up.
ripping his shoe. I still haven't seen anything like it in my life, ripping his shoe.
And still waiting for him to play a consecutive string of basketball games in the NBA.
Season?
That's my biggest concern with this guy. Also, the other thing, he did not win the French national tournament here just recently.
Really?
He ended up getting second. I don't know, man. If this guy is going to be the next Wilt Chamberlain, LeBron James, Michael Jordan wrapped into one.
Dude, Wilt was a specimen.
If he can't win the French tournament, how is he going to win the NBA tournament?
True.
Brandon Miller. Listen, there's some question marks. Everybody knows about the gun incident. It just had the thing come out. John was telling me on the way over here, he asked him who his greatest of all-time players were, and he said Paul George. I think this guy is might not be the sharpest knife in the drawer. That's the biggest. I think he can be a knucklehead. I'm worried about him being a knucklehead. Let me just talk like I'm a GM drafting a player right now. Like, the guy scares me on the off-the-court stuff in a major way. And if we're talking San Antonio, Charlotte, who's in third? Who's got the third? I forget.
I don't know who's got the third.
A lot of trouble to go around.
But it's going to be Scoot Henderson, you think?
Yes, I do think Scoot Henderson, if you're asking me, I know people would probably rip me, but if I'm San Antonio, I'm taking him. I think this guy is ready to play in the NBA right now. Just like Brandon Miller, Legler always explains to us, you never know how a kid's going to be when you give him $1 million. And now that number's even increased to 10 plus. So we don't know. But I just think that this guy's got a chip on his shoulder. He wants to be drafted 1. He doesn't know why people are thinking Victor Wembanyama, so he won't once he's not drafted 1. I think whoever he gets, if it's the Hornets, if it's 3,
Portland
if it's 4,
Trailblazers have the third.
I think they're going to get a good one if they take Scoot Henderson.
And it's Rockets, Pistons.
Now, we're looking up the Villanova kid, Cam Whitmer. Who? We cover a lot of Big East basketball.
Yeah.
Well, there's Crispino. We got to get his opinion on this guy.
Crispino.
Let me get him a microphone.
We got time. Come here.
But Cam Whitmer, literally escapes me from being, a superstar to where, oh, man, he's a dude that we got to watch out for. Now another kid, Dibs, who I think he just turned to 19. Oh, nice. You gave me a hat? Crispino gave me a hat.
Oh, nice. You give him a hat. You didn't give me Jack. Nice. Oh, yeah. Okay, Chris.
Hold on. Let me get him all set up. I got to talk to you about this Wembanyama.
You didn't give me this hat, by the way. I bought this UConn hat.
Hold on.
I think I bought my last few UConn hats, by the way. Every time I go to a football game, though, I love their camo hats. I'm a camo guy.
All right, I'm glad.
Keep that in mind if you ever want to give me a present, Christopher.
All right. I think I got you. I think you're talking. Can you hear me? You got me?
There you go.
Awesome.
Mike Crispino.
What do you know about this kid?
I can't hear myself, but anyway.
Okay.
Oh, you can't hear yourself?
Oh, here. How about now?
And you know how much I love the sound of my own voice.
There you go. You got that now. Cam Whitmer, Villanova. What do you know about this kid? I'm surprised that he's listed as a top 5 draftee or even top 20 draftee.
If someone says he's a top 5 draftee, they don't know what they're talking about, to be honest. They don't. Or it says that's how deep the draft is, that guy would be in the top 5. No. He's a good player. He's a freshman. He's got an athletic – he's got an NBA body. That's the start of it. He's got some talent. I don't know how great a player he could be on the college level even. So how do I know what he can do in college? He's no Kobe Bryant, as a young guy. When you saw him, you went, wow, that guy's going to be good. But he wasn't good right away in the NBA. So Cam Whitmore, I don't know. He's kind of a product of what we have today. You know what that is. Everybody's jumping, oh, this guy's the next great player. That one's the next great player. And we don't really know. We don't. So when this draft happens tomorrow, you're going to be shocked, as usual, like we all are. There's going to be 10 guys from Europe you've never heard of.
France, Lithuania, Serbia, Croatia.
And
you're going to look around and you go, what? Number 8, number 10, number 4,
they've
number 7?
They've got this kid from Nigeria at 24, this James Njai. I want to ask you about some of the other picks that are right around that guy, though. He brought up the Thompson twins with Amen Thompson and Osar Thompson from Overtime Elite. What do you think about those leagues?
Well, I mean, they're good quality leagues, but I don't know if you can really determine if a guy's an NBA talent in those leagues.
They've got them in the top 5.
Yeah, I mean, I think about Lonzo Ball and his brother, LaMelo. We all said they're great. They're going to be great players. But look how they've broken down in the NBA. They're just not up to it physically. It's hard to be physically ready to play 82 games at 48 minutes. I know everybody's quitting on the league. You look at Paul George and guys like that. They play half the time now. But the young guys coming in, they're not ready for it physically. And I think that's a real problem. I mean, Zion Williamson is a perfect example. Guy weighs 300-something, should be 260. And he's breaking down left and right. Everything's breaking on him.
Not only the physical nature, but 82 games. I mean, just the stress on your joints that you've never had before playing that much basketball.
Right. Against guys who are as good as you.
Yeah.
You don't have any easy nights in the NBA where you say, okay, this is a gimme. We're going in. We're winning. We'll give them 34 minutes and we'll win. No, you can't do that, especially on the road, and you're on the road 41 times.
Mike Crispino, voice of UConn men's basketball. I want to get your opinion on the three that are going to be going from the Huskies. Jordan Hawkins, Andre Jackson, and then Adama Sanogo. It's kind of in that order, too, and where they're projected. My personal opinion, Andre Jackson would be on my team. I think that guy has the length to defend in this league today. Obviously, we know his motor. His shot is what his shot is. I think it can improve, but I would draft this guy based on defense alone.
I like your thinking, but I don't know if the NBA guys think the same way. I think they look at him as a guy that belongs in an NBA setting, but if I'm coaching and I say, how much can we play Andre Jackson tonight? Can we play him 22 minutes? Wow. I don't know. You got to score every 24 seconds, and I'm not sure if he's capable of that. Yeah, he's a good playmaker, great rebounder, great defender. He does a lot of things very well.
He had a great combine, too.
Yeah.
Really great combine.
Yeah, he proved that he belongs.
Yeah.
But when you're getting drafted and there's only 2 rounds, they don't waste draft picks on maybes.
Right.
They try to pick people who they say, this guy's going to be on our team next year.
All right, Jordan Hawkins is just outside the top 15 on all the draft lists that I'm looking at and stuff like that. What makes him an NBA player? In your mind?
His ability to shoot. His ability to shoot from pretty much anywhere, any angle, corners, wings, top of the arc, shoot quickly, release quickly, shoot without squaring up right away. Like
That's a good point.
Right, he takes some passes from an Andre Jackson on a wing and turn and fire. That's not easy. Guys do that. They their shoulders aren't squared up. They start missing. Percentages go down, and then you're on the bench. I don't think that's going to happen to Jordan Hawkins. I trust that guy's going to be able to score in the NBA, and you got to score. Today, what do we got? 115, 110 every night. It's not 90 to 85 like the Knicks of the 90s. No way. That's all gone. So you need a Jordan Hawkins. I look at him, and I saw Dan Hurley last night at this roadshow for Coach's Roadshow over in Southington, Kinsman Brewery, great place.
I'm sure.
I'm dropping that in.
I'm sure.
I know where it is.
Don't they have a Husky beer?
They
do a Husky beer, right?
Yeah, they got Husky hops.
Husky hops,
Husky
right.
hops, nice.
But Jordan Hawkins, and I've said this since I saw him the first time, he is a guy that can score in bunches, and NBA guys love that. So you can insert him in the last 3 minutes of the first quarter and the next 3 minutes, and in 6 minutes he might get you 12, and that gives your team a boost. That's a lift. So he's always going to have an opportunity to play for somebody because he can score in bunches. He can fill it up. He's a microwave. He's Vinnie Johnson.
Yeah.
Vinnie Johnson saved the Pistons championships on many nights when Isaiah wasn't shooting well or Lambeer or those guys. They'd bring in Vinnie Johnson, and out of the blue, Vinnie Johnson scored 15, and the Pistons were winning. So I think Jordan Hawkins is that kind of guy. I'm rooting for him. 15. It could be, lottery. I mean,
exactly.
To me, lottery would be great for him.
But let me ask you about the kid. You talk to him all the time. What kind of kid is he?
He's a great kid. He cares about his team. He's more concerned about winning. But he also has a good ego. And you know this. You're a professional athlete. You have to have an ego. Do you walk on the court every night or you take the mound, wherever you're doing, and you're the best guy. You're the guy. He's not like that off the court. He's a gentleman.
Right,
and he's
but when
a
you
good
get on
person.
there, you got to have a swagger.
No, I don't want to say killer instinct because I don't like that word.
Right.
But you got to have an unshakable belief that you're going to make a difference tonight. It might not be in the first half. Remember, Jordan had that streak there where he wasn't scoring in the first half.
And then he was unbelievable.
Boom.
Lights out in the second half.
He gets 20 in the second half. UConn wins.
Yeah.
So you also have to have a guy that can get knocked down, jump up and go, that's okay. I'm going to get my 20 somehow before this thing's over. And he's got that. He's got supreme confidence, and he's got great ability and talent. So
the other thing I noticed too, like after games, his sisters, his mom, like he is so family oriented too. Like he won't, like you and I try talking to him, and he blows us off, and he goes and talks to his family first.
Yeah.
Angel Reese is his cousin, by the way,
Yeah.
LSU superstar. So that swagger's definitely
Good pedigree.
there.
Good bloodline.
The last guy, Adama. All right, I watched him a lot in the combine. I'm just so interested in how he stacks up against the rest. We know him as a monster in the Big East. At the Combine, he looked average. He looked like, as far as size goes, everyone else. The difference is he's still getting buckets around the rim and still plays great defense on guys that are bigger than him.
Yeah, if he makes it in the NBA, it's going to be because he's an anomaly and no one gets him that has to defend him.
I think like Draymond Green kind of style.
Yeah.
There's no way. They got him at 57.
Yeah,
man.
he's
There's
way
no
down.
way. I think that's
kinda
way too low.
He's a winner.
He's a winner, and he could do a lot. He's got great footwork.
And remember this, he only started playing basketball at 14.
Good point.
The dude hasn't even played 10 years in his life.
Right.
So, and he's learning like at an accelerated pace.
Yep.
He's like got AI or something. So everything's getting faster, and he's picking it up. He started shooting threes. Made 19 this year. I mean, before that, 1. So he's shown that he can do a lot of stuff. You think about it. I know I'm not going to compare him to Joel Embiid because he's a great player, MVP guy. But Joel Embiid in college, what was he? He was hardly recognized. No one really.
Right.
What? Who is he? He played for Louisville, didn't he? 1 year, maybe something like that.
Kansas. Yeah.
Kansas, whatever it was. But he made no impact in college on his team. So there's a guy that grew. Think about it. He got in the pros. Suddenly has step back threes. He's got everything he can handle. I don't doubt that Sanogo could do that stuff, but he's not 6'10". So, the wingspan's not the same, but he's tough as nails. He's a good defender. He knows how to play basketball. I'd give him a shot. That's what I would do. I'm not running an NBA team, but I would put him on my bench.
If he's 56, 55, like Dibbs is saying with these projections, I mean, that's a
steal.
Easy shot to take, I would say. You got any opinion on some of these latest trades? And Bradley Beal going to the Phoenix Suns. People are wondering about Damian Lillard. Let's talk about your Knicks. What are they going to do?
Well, they've got some flexibility. They got some money. They got draft picks. I think it's time the Knicks have to make a bid for someone like Lillard because it's late in his career now. How many good years they have left? You might be able to get him with draft picks because Portland's got to rebuild at some point. They can't put a team out there in Portland where they love basketball and have one great player and a bunch of other guys that are pretty good but never win more than 30 games or 35 games. You can't do it. They've got, to rebuild in the NBA, you know this. You got to break it down. You got to tear it down. You got to win 20 games for a year or two, get draft picks, build that way, maybe pick up a free agent here and there, but that's the way you rebuild in the NBA. It takes a while. Portland's got to bite the bullet with him, I think, because he's getting to the point where his trade value starts going down. He gets into his mid-30s. I mean, come on.
Stock is up right now.
Right, pro athletes in their mid-30s, Rob. What are we talking about? How much do they have left?
Not much.
What did you think of Jokic? Right. What was your Jokic opinion and that run in championship?
Oh, I loved it. My daughter lives in Denver. She was all jacked up. A few years ago when I was still with the Knicks, this is going back 6 years, we went out there on the road. We go to the arena. There's nobody in the arena. I'm not kidding.
I believe it.
And I got her a couple tickets. She's sitting up like in the second deck, like all by herself. There was nobody in the place. Nobody was paying any attention to the Nuggets. And then a couple good draft picks, Jamal Murray. They get lucky with Jokic. They get Aaron Gordon from Orlando. They start picking off some guys who are maybe the 7th, 8th man on other teams. You put an MVP in the middle of it, and wow. I mean, that guy is just so much fun to watch play basketball. I wish I was a Denver native. I wish I was a Denver resident. I'd go see those guys 40 times a year.
It's been rocking now. Yeah. It's tough to get a ticket nowadays.
Oh, you can't get a ticket.
Right.
No, and outside the arena, you saw it. Now they have these rallies all the time now. I think that's pretty cool.
Michael Jordan sold his majority stake in the Hornets. What did you think about that sale?
I don't think he got enough money.
Whoa! I'm kind of with you on that.
I'm
with you on that. He's still a minority owner. He's still got some shares.
You know he gets $200 million from Nike every year.
Yep.
Does he really need the money?
They said the sale puts him at over $3 billion.
Oh, it got to be.
His wealth.
Got to be. I don't know.
I agree with you. He makes $200+ million from Nike every year still.
Yeah, the problem with guys like him is he's been to the top of everything, right? And
right.
Certainly as a player in college and the pros and all that stuff.
Couldn't have been exciting to have been the owner.
No, at first it was frustrating.
I wish he would have played.
Let me put it this way. Let's
put yourself in.
Let's put you in the position of a Jordan owning the Cincinnati Reds.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. How frustrated would you be?
Totally.
We're not winning.
Not the last couple weeks.
We're not drawing.
Yeah.
Now they're playing great.
I would have been worse than Marge.
Yeah, we're not drawing people.
Right.
You would be down yelling at everyone.
Absolutely. I would be like George Steinbrenner. Hey, you're putting on that Reds uniform.
Yeah.
It's tradition.
I agree with you.
Let's go.
But it's frustrating, and for a guy who won everything, right? Think about
Right.
it. He's sitting there every night.
I agree with that.
He used
Yeah.
to sit next to the bench.
Yeah.
He'd be the guy next to the
I
bench, kind of
know.
like Mark Cuban, and he would sit there like so involved. But you could see that. Oh my God!
It's a
what
helpless
letdown.
feeling.
What a letdown!
It is.
I can't play, obviously.
Right.
My guys can't play, and we're drawing okay, but it's just.
He could play. He could play. He's ready. Put him in.
What have you been up to? You umpiring?
No, I'm not. I took the.
He's
took the summer
golfing
off.
every
I'm
day.
taking
He's
summer
trying to get
off.
on
Whoa.
tour this
Yeah.
week. That's what
I
his
had back
goal is.
surgery.
Your
I
buddy
can't.
Bob Joyce, he's out umpiring
I
today.
know.
Championships now. Everybody's
I
doing
know.
their
Awesome.
championships right now.
Mike and Bob will have updates from the Travelers all through the tournament starting tomorrow. I don't know. What you got? You got a pick, man? Who do you think?
Boy, I tell you, this field is amazing. I just don't know, and I want to ask you guys this: how motivated are you when you've got millions and millions, like a John Rahm, guys like that? How motivated are you to come out here and try to win this purse, 3.6? I mean, yeah, you want to win, but you just played last week, U.S. Open. You're worn
Yeah,
out.
but I brought up the next 5 tournaments. None of them are big money.
Okay.
8 million, 11 million.
Okay.
So this is one of the elevated events.
I think you guys are missing it here. I don't think guys like that, guys like Roy, give a hoot.
No, they
about
got
the
enough
money.
money to where I think it's
They
ego.
want world
Okay.
number one.
Yep.
Okay.
John Rahm is playing Scotty Scheffler out here in my mind, and
Yep.
he's won, and Rahm's 2. And I think Rahm, honestly, he's turned it up a little bit. He's had some bad starts.
We just
Thursdays,
saw
Fridays.
him take out a sign at the U.S. Open.
Yeah, he was very frustrated
so
there. He's
sad.
frustrated PGA
He
Championship.
came up and he busted out a sign, and I'm like, dude, that's the best you could do. Pick the sign up and throw it.
Yeah, let Dibs show you how
You
to
want to bust something? I'll show you how to bust something. That was a bad effort.
I think guys like him, guys like
But it was a
Rory,
golf
guys like
effort.
Scheffler, they're going for greatest golfer instead of
I agree with
most
Ben.
money made. And, FedEx points are a part of this, too. You want to be a part of that so you can get in the end of the year in a better slot and the way they do that tournament. So
I'm worried about Justin Thomas. I'm rooting for him. He had an awful
this is a
US
big
Open.
week. This is a big week.
I'm hoping for him to get his game together because it's so much fun to watch him play golf. But, I mean, come on. There's how many guys are better than him now, in terms of the rankings and the FedEx points and all that stuff. He's sliding. He's got to come up with something here soon to get himself back in the real hunt, right, for the FedEx thing. And he's one of my favorite golfers.
Make
I
a
love to watch
pick.
him.
Stop riding the
I
fence.
know. Make a
Come
pick.
on. Who
Jeez.
you got?
Patrick Cantley.
Can't lay,
up.
won't lay. Awesome.
Can't lay up.
Okay, put him down. Patrick can't lay. Mike
Well, if
Crispino.
we're picking right now, I got John Rahm.
I don't mind. I think that's a good pick.
I will reserve my pick until
Okay,
tomorrow.
you made your pick.
Who'd I
You
pick?
don't get another pick.
Who'd I pick? I didn't pick.
No, he picked.
Oh, yeah,
Can't
yeah.
lay.
So you're going to wait till tomorrow.
Oh,
That's
of course.
Oh, here's the tee sheet. Did you get this?
No, not yet. Give me.
Yeah,
give me
we
some
go on at
goods.
3
You got
tomorrow.
any
You better
goods?
make a pick now.
Oh crap. Okay.
Kurt, go ahead.
Let me
Make a
Take a look
pick.
at the list.
Yeah, Kurt, if you got one, go ahead and look at one. Oh man, I wanted to pick Justin Thomas before you started talking, Crispino.
You're blaming me for
Because
that.
I thought it would be a comeback week for Justin
What about
Thomas.
Davis Riley? You just interviewed
I
him.
know Davis Riley's my guy. He's definitely top 25, but I don't know if he's winning. I don't want to go Johnny Rami. I don't want to go Roar Dog. I don't.
about
you know
Victor
what?
Hovland?
You know who's gonna? You know
I
who's
like
gonna
that.
do it?
Victor
Hovland.
How about Harris English?
Harry English.
He's playing
The
great.
dude won here.
The
Remember
dude
that?
won here.
And he was fighting his way at the U.S. Open. He was in trouble for 3 rounds,
I'm
and he
thinking-
still ended up 7 under.
You know what? I'm gonna do it right now. I'm thinking of a redemption. Sahith Theegala.
Yes,
He's
that's a
not
good
just any gala. He's the gala.
Yeah. And by the way, you got to get up early to see him because he starts at
What?
10. Well, he starts at 10. I know that's against your religion, but he starts at 10. And how about that group with him? It's Patrick Cantlay and Harris English.
Whoa!
7:15 on number
Wow.
10. Right over
All
there.
right, all
Right
right.
over there,
I'll
number
be
10.
There
here.
you go.
I'll
Kurt,
be
do
here
you have a
tomorrow.
pick?
Kurt, who you got?
Give me Corey the Canadian Connor.
Whoa! Again, you're always with Corey Connors.
He's due.
He's
John,
due.
you got a pick?
Joe Damon is his guy.
Jesus. Joel Dean.
Ashmead saw him down a bunch of White Claws and win an exemption, slam the White Claws on the 18th like Gronk. And he's like, man, that's my dude.
What, did he hit them together?
Yeah, like Stone Cold
White
Steve
Claws.
Austin.
Down some White Claws.
I love that pick. All
Have you
right.
seen a kid that gets off the bus and he hits 2 things of milk together?
And he
Last
chugs
day of
them?
school, he chugs them?
No.
That's so cute.
That's a Joel Damon move.
All right. Crispy, thank you so
Thank
much.
you,
buddy.
All
Mike.
right, boys.
Thanks
All
for
right.
the hat.
Coming up next, Bone and Joint. Steph, Sarah joined us a little earlier. They're going to talk about how to get yourself healthy next on the Rob Dibble Show with Ben Darnell on your afternoon drive.